Peace all. It's God I see her tapping back in with another one right here on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, while you here, you already know. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Drop a comment. Go ahead and like this. Right now, like this. And make sure if you're not already subscribed, you go ahead and subscribe. And I'm going to tell you why this is very important too. Because, you know, they don't want to see those of us, somebody who's really doing the work. They don't want to see these messages out. Trust me. So it's important that if you listening, that you do your part to make sure that this message get to where it need to get to. And you can do that by easily just liking the video and making sure you put a comment up under the video, and make sure you share it. Share it is very important. You know what I'm saying? Much appreciated. You know, I put my own energy into bringing these messages, but listen, this is going to go right into my message. Why this is important that you do this. You know, because there's a lot of fake spiritualism going on right now, because people feel as though it is the end thing to do. You know, it's the end. It's in now. It's like it's a fad for some people. So you better be very mindful and careful of who you listen to and what you listen to. And for this very reason, this is why I never really wanted to get on the internet, because I'm really, let me explain this, man. My bloodline, my lineage, I was pretty much born into this, even though immediate family may not necessarily be, you know what I'm saying, metaphysical people. But I have family and I have bloodlines that are tied to certain things spiritually. So this is in me. It's always been in me. I just had to awaken to it at one point. So this ain't some shit I just jumped on the internet and started talking about today. I want to be clear, because it's a whole lot of things that I could go into that I haven't even touched on yet. I don't get on here for that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm really, it's really bothersome to see how many people are being led astray by fake spiritualism and fake practitioners and teachers and shit that they see on TikTok who just popped up yesterday on the internet. You know what I'm saying? How long was they doing this before they even got on the internet? Because speaking for myself, even being a younger man, this has been in me for a long time. Like, I mean, since my inception, my incarnation here. But I awakened to it well over a decade ago or longer. Probably longer than that. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about maybe 15 years ago. I awakened to it. But I was already aware that I had certain spiritual gifts, but certain things had to be revealed to me before I started to, use them. You know what I'm saying? You have to put in work within yourself to even cultivate your abilities and your gifts. You have to go through certain initiations to get to certain levels. And it ain't nobody that's out there that gotta put you through an initiation. You don't have to go join a group or none of that shit. But spirit, source, your ancestors, they will put you through initiations when you are going through these things. So how many, and so I'm saying that to say, how many of your teachers that you like to listen to, or these people that just popped up yesterday on the internet, how many of them have gone through certain initiations? A lot of them haven't even, they telling you about shadow work, but a lot of them haven't even done shadow work. I look at some of these people and I can even see that some of them, like, they don't even have a light. Like, how can you be telling people and talking to people online and you out here, trying to tell people what to do spiritually, but you don't even have a light? Your light is not on. I can see your aura. I can see it. You don't even have a light. It's not even on. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody does not know and they just come and listen to you, you know what I'm saying? You can practically tell them something and they run with it. So I'm here to tell y'all this, man. Be very mindful of who you listen to, who you follow, and everything. Because one thing about me, I never came on here again. Like, I've been I've been hesitant even about getting on the internet. I'm not an internet type guy. You know what I'm saying? I do this work for real. It's in me. And this is what my mission was. When I incarnated here, there's a group of souls, spirits, you know what I'm saying, from higher realms that are dependent on me and counting on me to come and deliver this message. So when Spirit or Source tells me I need to step out and start delivering it, then that's just what I have to do. And really, my higher self is guiding me. So I'm telling you to say, I'm saying that to say this. I don't care about none of this other shit. The only thing that really matters to me is when I deliver a message or someone contacts me and I assist them and I see it actually helps improve their situation. That's why I do it. I don't do this for no other reason but that. I know I serve my purpose. I don't care about none of that shit. I don't care about none of the, you know what I'm saying? I don't care about the superficial shit. That don't matter to me. You know what I mean? It don't matter to me. But one thing I'm gonna say this that you might not be aware of is that there are other people, there are other entities that don't want people like me to speak because I'm telling you the truth. And I'm telling you things and they know that, you know, someone like myself will expose those who are not authentic. And we can't have that. See, their goal is to keep you misled. You know what I'm saying? They want to mislead you. So if someone comes along who's really doing the work and you start exposing these people, then they'll do everything and they can to shadow ban me. Listen, I done been shadow banned. You know what I'm saying? I don't usually talk about this publicly. You know, I won't even go into the name of the page, but for example, like that's why I'm not a social media type person. Before social media even became popular, you know, I was organizing private meetings, bringing people to these locations, and we was building on information that way. I was bringing people together, you know, years ago. You know what I'm saying? Preparing them consciously, spiritually, mentally. Anyone who's had personal conversations with me can vouch for that. Even if they ain't necessarily have to be sitting down with a consultation, I still help people for a long time. And I assist. And that's what I do. So long before this shit right here, you know, I've been doing the work. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really care about opinions and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because none of that shit matter. At the end of the day, what are you producing? Are you serving your soul's purpose and your soul's mission? And if so, what your results look like? Because I can show, you know, I can definitely show. Matter of fact, I don't really talk for myself in terms of that. I don't care about that shit. I don't need a pat on the back. I'm here to assist you. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to serve my mission. That's it. I'm simply here on a mission. I chose to come back this lifetime because I knew that we're in the middle of a great shift. One of my things is I had to be on the front lines to help usher in this shift, to keep the people out, to keep the imposters out. You know what I'm saying? And to help those who really need it make the shift, raise their frequency up, because if you're not at a certain vibrational frequency, as Earth shifts her frequency, then you're not going to be able to ascend. You're not going to be able to go to that next level, meaning you can't even exist. You know what I'm saying? In a fifth dimension. Everybody talking about 5D, but you can't even exist in that dimension when you haven't even done the shadow work inside of your third dimension self. So that's why I came back to assist those with this change. But going back to what I said about being shadow banned and how I know that there's other entities and things of that nature that has been, whose goal and job it is, has been to, you know, other entities whose job it is to try to keep people like myself, and there's some others too, you know what I'm saying, that they try to keep silent. It's a reason why. You think, let me explain something to you. You think some of these people, a lot of these people, not all, but some of these people that you see out here who, you know what I'm saying, whose face is all in the middle, all out there in the open like that all the time, the same people, they pushing down your throat. Do you really think that these people, you got to ask yourself, how do these people come out of nowhere? You think these people just got popular on their own? You know what I'm saying? There's a few who did the work, who I know, but there's also quite a bit who popped up out of nowhere, said some shit on TikTok and whatever, the stuff that y'all watch. I don't watch that. You know what I mean? But they did that, and all of a sudden, somebody made them the master or the god of every fucking thing. And you blindly follow these people who have no type of experience whatsoever. They just went and read some shit and regurgitated it, or they listen to people like myself and others, and then they go back and regurgitate it and don't give us the credit for taking the information and packaging it up and putting their name on it and regurgitating the information. So let's be clear. There are forces that don't want these messages to get out, because these people were sent to you. A lot of these, fake spiritualists that you see were sent. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these people actually work for CIA. They are CIA agents, and they've been placed inside of the spiritual community in order to lead you astray. Telling you all this bullshit about how you can do this and do that when they don't even know how to do it. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that's keeping them alive is your energy. They draw you in, and then they siphon off of your energy and your ignorance, and then this is what keeps them going. You better be very mindful. You got shapeshifters, and you got people that are cloaked inside of different bodies that might look a certain way, but not really that. This is why you got to be able to see. That's what you got me here for, is because I can see. I can see if the light is on. I can see well beyond the veil. So almost immediately when I come into contact with another entity, or a spirit, or a person that's speaking, I can automatically, usually I can tell right away whether or not this person is really authentic. You know what I'm saying? Or were they sent? Or they here to scam you? You know what I'm saying? Be mindful. So again, when I speak out against stuff like this, or when people speak out against it, they try to make sure that they'll do whatever they can. Like even on YouTube, they'll fuck with the algorithm to make sure certain people don't see the message. They've been doing it for years, And again, like going back to what I said, I even had a certain social media account on Twitter like some years back. It's still there. All of a sudden, I go from an account that has well over 10,000 followers on it, and I was putting out certain messages. I got contacted. They flagged my account several times. This was years ago. They flagged it several times. They had people like, fuck it, I'll say his name. They had people like DJ Vlad, you know what I'm saying, whom I reached out to some years ago, and I had something to say. So the guy blocked me, and next thing you know, I'm shadow banned. I had some of your anchors from Fox News, you know what I'm saying, going back and forth with me, trying to debate me about certain things. So this is when I knew that, you know what I'm saying, this shit is really, it's much deeper than I initially thought. And I learned this years ago. And all of a sudden, that's that account right there. They had all of that activity on it. I had the late great Paul Mooney that supported what I was speaking about at that time. I don't know if some of these other people will want me to say their names or not, but it was quite a bit of people that who supported some of the things that I was speaking on at that time. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, I was not just speaking on spiritual things. I was speaking also on, you know what I'm saying, things going on behind the scenes, and, as it pertains to, quote unquote, our people who might not really be your real people. We got to get deeper than just the surface. So I'm saying all that to say that you may not know, like, a lot of this shit, it's something that I've been doing. And I never asked for any type of, anything. All I ask for is that if you take the message, if it resonate with you, do the work and apply it. You know what I'm saying? So they've been doing this shit. And so when you someone who really authentic, you will notice that, you know what I'm saying, you don't necessarily get the same amount of accolades and shit like that as some of the people that's been put before you. That's because those people were put before you and they was intentionally placed in front of you. I don't know if y'all understand. There's so many ways to inflate numbers and algorithms and shit with this fake internet shit, man. And as someone who's been in the music industry as an artist, I also am aware of that it's also ways for people to inflate music streams and shit. So when they tell you that this certain artist sold this many, you know what I'm saying, had this many streams and all of that shit can be easily manipulated. Very much so. And they're going to do that because they're going to show you who they want you to see. You know what I'm saying? The shit that you should be hearing, they not going to play that on mainstream radio or mainstream media. You know what I mean? But you know, granted, that's why I'm here. You know, I've been blessed and fortunate enough. I put in the work, you know what I'm saying, to have my own radio show exactly. And we taking that to new levels as well. So I'm not really one of them ones who out here waiting on somebody to give me something. You know what I'm saying? I can't be who I am and a messenger and come from my lineage and be out here begging and asking somebody for something when it's up to me to become the master of my own reality. So I create my own opportunities and realities out of my own energy. So I created my own show. I'm not going out looking for nothing. You know what I'm saying? I collaborate with certain people. I've been invited on certain platforms, and if the vibration is right and the respect is mutual, I'll come on there. But I'm not out here, you know what I'm saying? I'm not in the go along, get along gang is what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of these people behind the scenes. You know, I know a lot of these people. And I've had conversations with some of them. Some of them I haven't. But Spirit has revealed things to me about certain people. So I'm warning you to be mindful about what you follow and who you follow on this internet. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? They want to dress it up for you and make shit seem a certain way. You know, they want to make it look pretty for you. Spirituality, and when you go through awakenings and shadow work, that's why I always tell y'all this shit is not pretty at first. Because you're going to have to go through the dark phase. You know what I'm saying? And anybody that tell you otherwise is A, just straight up is a damn lie, or B, they ain't went through it themselves, so they can't tell you about it, you know? So my goal is for everyone here to just raise their vibrations on a high enough level to where you can use your own discernment. This is what I'm assisting with. I'm not telling nobody to follow me or blindly do anything. I'm trying to assist you and get you to the frequency to where you can actually do this shit yourself. You know what I'm saying? And even take it even higher. You know, that's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So that you can see this shit for yourself, so that y'all can see what I see. If you don't already see it, you know? If you don't already see it, I'm sure I got some of you listening right now who's tapped into the frequency and who can also see this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Fake spiritualism, fake teachers and shit on the internet, trying to look like somebody that they not, pretending, leading people astray. And you blindly follow these people, not really knowing, you know what I'm saying? This is why it's important to strengthen your intuition. I say all the time, get somewhere and sit in silence and make sure that you know how to quiet the mind, settle down, calm the energy down. Allow yourself to be receptive. This is when you turn on your spiritual antenna and you can pick up information. Once your frequency is high enough, you'll be tuned to a certain frequency, like a radio signal. And from that signal is how you receive information. Spirit will send you information and tell you, you don't want to listen to this person or this teacher here. This person does not have your best intentions. It's best that you go the other way. You don't want to listen to this person here. This person may scam you. You may want to go the other way. But if you are not in tune and tapped in enough to receive those type of messages, how are you going to know who's authentic and who's not? I'm telling you, and I'm showing you, and I'm speaking to you to try to show you and get you to get on that frequency to where you can discern by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So going back to what I was saying, right? About all of this fake shit. You know what I'm saying? They will intentionally put these people in front of you and inflate them up. You know, give them some views, give them a face. You know what I'm saying? So to make them look credible. And then once they do that, they will actually, you know, have these people push false messages to people in mass numbers so that you go in another direction. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm keeping it positive right now in the frequency. You know what I'm saying? But if spirit put it on my mind to start saying some of these people's names, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here for that. But if it's necessary, I don't have a problem saying it. I'm not here for that though. I'm just trying to get you all to be mindful of who you choose to listen to. You did? Because I'm seeing a lot of this shit. I'm like, yo, I've been sitting back watching it. I'm like, this is incredible. This person is telling people that, you know what I'm saying, they can do X, Y, and Z. How the fuck can you do that? You can't even do that. That's not even really how this shit work. People believe it. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at it. I've tapped into it, and I'm actually seeing that they're not who they say they are. You know what I mean? But again, you know, I humbly, you know what I'm saying, I humbly bring this message to you, and I humbly appreciate all of those who are here listening, those who support the mission and the work. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I always tell people this is bigger than me. This mission, my mission is much bigger than me. This shit ain't about me. This is about the mission. You know what I'm saying? This is about the mission. But I appreciate everybody who has showed appreciation for this work, because a lot goes into it. Y'all don't really see all the sacrifices that has been made up until this point, and that's continuing to be made. Y'all don't know, you know what I'm saying? You don't really know me beyond this internet. Some of you do. You know what I'm saying? If you know the story. But I'm saying that all to say that a lot of sacrifices had to be made to get to a certain level. This is why I can bring you messages, because I've gone through these initiations. I've gone through it. I've done the deepest, darkest shadow work you can imagine, and I still do it continuously. It never ends. You never get to a point to where you have it all, but you go through a certain point to where, you know, you pass certain tests. And when you pass these certain tests, then it becomes wisdom, and you can share that. And that's what I do. You know what I mean? So I'm saying all that because, listen, you know, being born and coming from a certain lineage, this shit is in me. Like, I can talk about a lot of things that I, you know, that we'll get to when spirit bring it to that time. But like, all this low level sorcery going on that people thinking they doing some shit, man, and don't really know what they doing. You know, you got people encouraging people to go and do this little kitchen magic and shit. You want to try to do all this shit to attack people and don't know what you're doing, don't know what the fuck you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You want to send spell work at people. You know, you want to do all these little love spells and all of that shit, man. Listen, man, get off the bullshit, please. This is about raising your frequency and your vibration. When you get to a certain level when you get to a certain level on your spiritual journey and your path, you will no longer even have to go to those extremes to do shit no more. Like, I'm talking about vibration wise, you know, you just think some shit and you're able to direct your thoughts, your consciousness into a certain task that you want to accomplish, and it automatically manifests. So like, all of that shit right there has become like the fad, or you know, it's like the end thing to do, but that shit is some bullshit, you know, because people is telling you to do shit that's ultimately is gonna fuck you up, you know, and you don't want that, you don't need that. So be mindful of who and what you listen to. You know what I'm saying? You can get into that, like, you know, when it all boils down to it, it's in my bloodline. I come from a hoodoo family, like I got hoodoo in my bloodline. You know what I'm saying? Southern roots. You know, I didn't learn about none of this shit yesterday. This has been in me. And I'm just using that as an example. Like, I don't even come on here talking about hoodoo and all of that shit. But I know that too, very well. You know what I'm saying? It's all a part of my lineage, or our lineage. You know what I'm saying? Some of us, because not all of us are the same. I got that in there. I got Ifa in my lineage as well. I got all of that shit in my lineage, and even goes back even further than that, before you know what I'm saying, humanity was even created. But I'm just telling you that all of these systems like trace back. So I know this because it's already in my bloodline. You know, Southern roots, spirituality. I'm talking about real work. I ain't talking about some shit you dug up on the internet that you had to go Google. I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, going to see that old lady that lived back up in that cabin up in the woods. I'm talking about You know what I'm saying? Those people that you see at the creek gathering water. You know what I'm saying? You know, who's really powerful enough to get shit done and who really knows the work. That's what I come from, you know. And if you want to see this with your own eyes, you know, I'll take you on a tour. I might start doing private tours for those who I feel like are, you know, who are good initiates to bring into this thing. And if you willing to visit certain places in the southern regions of America and you want to see this firsthand with your own eyes, then you know what I'm saying, I might start opening up small tours. And when I say tours, I don't mean everybody is welcome. There will be a screening for you to make sure that you are worthy and you are who you say you are. There will be divination done to make sure that you are really somebody who will be a good fit for it. And it'll be like 1 or 2 people at a time. And we would do this and take you to these places where the work really goes on, so you can see, so you can study, so you can know how people work with the elements outside to do real spiritual work, how people become masters and how they ascend beyond all of this internet shit. I'm talking about shit that you're not gonna find on the internet. See, your most powerful people is not out here, you know what I'm saying, scamming people online. They don't need to do that for your money. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these fake teachers do. So I'm telling you to be mindful. Be very mindful as we go through these ascension processes. Pay very close attention to your dreams as well. You know what I'm saying? Are you traveling to parallel universes yet? Are you aware of it? Are you aware that we making these quantum leaps right now? Are you aware that there are other entities here that are assisting you if you let them? You got to be able to see. Shit is really opening up. You know, as somebody who's had a gift, I was able to see a lot of this shit already. But since the veil is thin now, it's like, man, it's amplified. Like, even, you know, even being sometimes, you know, alone and being able to actually see and sit with the fairies and have conversations with them. I see the lights, you know, they show up often with me. We got a good relationship. Real fairies, you know, real angels. You know what I'm saying? And when you got that type of connection, the spirit is actually, it's a powerful thing, you know. But it took work for me to get my vibration there, because it's always been there, and I was able to see it at certain times. But like when your frequency is not where it's supposed to be, you're not aware that these energies are around you trying to get your attention, and you can tap into that too. And this is what I'm here for, to assist you to get to that point and beyond, you know. And if you need to reach me, as always, the email is info@thehouseofancestors.com. Once again, you can email me at info@thehouseofancestors.com. And I'm serious about those tours too, man. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put that together. So y'all stay tuned for that. And it'll be a very private thing, because I take this sacred, you know what I'm saying? Because where I'm gonna take you is gonna be sacred land. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show you some sacred spots and, you know, some sacred people who's not on the internet scamming people. And you know what I'm saying? And you will get to spend the day with yours truly, and let me show you how to cultivate real spiritual work and self-mastery from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? Take you through the jungle. Let you see how it goes. High vibes though, very high vibes, but not nothing to play with at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you better be mindful. And again, like I said, you can reach me there. Any type of consultation, I'm available for that. And you know what I'm saying? If you would like to make donations, I do have a Cash App. My Cash App is in the description at the bottom of this video. I appreciate all donations. I appreciate all shares. Just share this video with as many people as possible. Post it on your social media. You know what I'm saying? Let people know what time it is, man, because a lot of fake shit is out there. And I'm telling you, they don't want me to speak. You know, they don't want people like me to speak. It's other people that they don't want to speak. You know what I'm saying? They would rather put the fake shit in front of you. They don't want certain messages getting out. But again, like I said, you know, as a master of our own reality, we have to be the ones who set the bar. We don't wait on nobody to put somebody in front of us. We have to decide on what aligns with us and our higher self. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody put somebody in front of your face and tell you that this person is who you supposed to deal with, not deal with. You have to make that decision. You know what I mean? So that's where we at with it. And yeah, that's where we at with it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and also that being said, again, man, make sure y'all check out Art of the Ancestors Radio. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can catch me on nationally syndicated radio, Art of the Ancestors Radio, on WDRB Media. You can stream that every Wednesday at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, on WDRB Media. Just simply go to WDRBmedia.com and you're going to scroll down and click where it says Listen Live. WDRBmedia.com, and the name of the show is called Art of the Ancestors Radio. Is my show, and we growing the platform. Every now and again I have a guest on, so make sure y'all go check that out too. You can listen from anywhere in the world, wherever you are. You know what I'm saying? I don't know your time zone, but it's on every Wednesday at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know what I'm saying? Furthermore, y'all can catch me right here on YouTube, and also make sure y'all go to follow the House of Ancestors on IG. And show some love, drop a comment, and let me know your thoughts on this shit, man. Spirit sent me to say this, and I hope that this message resonated with you in some way. I hope you take this message and you use it to your advantage. And I appreciate everybody for listening. Until next time, it's God I Seer signing off. Peace.